Alright, so we're ready to start coding our first scene. An important thing that you want to make sure you do, we just added some backdrops, so normally you would still have the stage selected. To add code to your actual sprite, you need to make sure you reselect your sprite and you select the dinosaur or whatever sprite you're using. So we're going to get started by adding an event that will start off our entire animation. Remember, in your planning portion of your project, you were picking out which event was going to start your animation. For me, I'm going to use when the green flag is clicked. So anytime I click this green flag, my animation will start. So I've got my starting event. Now I should probably give the dinosaur a starting location and a starting backdrop. So I'm going to go ahead, and I always want him to start on the desert backdrop. So I'm going to go to looks and find switch backdrop to, and I'm going to pull that block out. Right now it says switch backdrop to slopes, but I want it to always start on the desert. So now anytime I click the green flag, it should always start on the desert. It does. I also want to make sure that Larry, that dinosaur, always goes to the same location at the start of my animation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the motion menu, and I'm looking for a block that says go to XY, and that means that Larry's going to go to a specific XY location. So this stage area here is actually a XY coordinate system. So if you notice, as I move my mouse, the X and Y values change. So it starts over here on the far left at -240 value for X, and goes all the way to +240. At the very top of our screen, Y is 180, and at the very bottom of our screen, Y is -180, and at the very center, it is going to be 0, 0. So I'm going to drag Larry. I want him to start in this bottom corner. You'll notice a lot of our blocks in the motion menu just automatically updated, so now go to X is actually for the position he's at right now. I'm going to go ahead and add this to my block stack, and this means every time, even if I move him over here, I start the animation, Larry's going to start in this bottom corner. So now I'm ready to actually have Larry the dinosaur say something in my animation. So I'm going to go to the looks menu, and I'm going to look for a block that says say hello for 2 seconds. It's important to use this block because you don't want him to continue to say hello indefinitely, and you don't want it to happen too fast. I want it to happen for a specific amount of time. So I'm going to have him introduce himself. After he's introduced himself, we're going to have him say an interesting fact, because that's what this project's all about. You guys are choosing those facts from your Google Plus profiles that you did on day 1. Go ahead and add another say block. And we're going to have Larry's interesting fact be that he only eats vegetables even though he's a big dinosaur. So let's see what this looks like so far. Great. We talked a lot about, or the point of this project is to talk about sequence and what that means. And sequence means that the order of your code makes a difference in the way that your program runs. So if I were to rearrange these blocks that I've added here, things are going to happen a little bit differently. So let's say that I only eat veggies even though I'm a big dinosaur. Let's say that we put that up here towards the top and see what happens now that we've switched the sequence of the code. So now he's going to say, I only eat veggies even though I'm a big dinosaur, before he says, hi, my name is Larry the dinosaur. It didn't look like he moved on the screen, but let's say if we started him over here, what would happen? So now he says it, and then he moves back over here. That looks kind of weird. So we want to go back to our original order. Remember that the order that we put these blocks in is going to make a big difference. So we have Larry saying 2 things. Now we want to make him maybe move around the screen, make it a little bit more interesting. So go to the motion menu, and you have a lot of different options. One of my favorites that I'm going to show you is glide for 1 second to a specific XY location. I really like this because it makes the sprite move really smoothly. There's lots of different options though. You can use change X by, change Y by. You can have them turn so it looks like they're spinning, and you can also even use the go to block again. But I'm going to use the glide block. So if I drag Larry to his new spot on the screen, it will automatically update the glide block for me. So I'm going to drag him where I want him. I want him to move up here, and then I'm going to add that to my script, and we'll see how that works. Fantastic. So now what I need to do, my scene is over, so I want to switch to the next scene in my animation. To do that, I'm going to make the backdrop change. And so then I'm going to go to the Looks menu, and I'm looking for the same one that I used to set my starting backdrop. So I'm looking for Switch Backdrop 2. I'm going to drag that out. And now in the drop-down menu, I'm going to select the second backdrop for my animation. I'm going to go to Blue Sky. Let's see how this works. Alright, so I have switched to my second location, and I'm ready to start building the second scene now. As you can see, Larry the Dinosaur is not in a very good location, so if I were starting out this scene, I'd probably have him go to a new spot really quickly, but you're going to repeat the same pattern to build your second and third scenes for your animation. Have fun, I can't wait to see what you guys build.